Well, happy morning, guys. I did not sleep a wink last night. I don't know what it was. Just one of them nights where you're just in, like, every time you close your eyes, your brain starts running a million miles an hour. So yeah, it's 3:30. Got my eggs cooking. My eggs I get from the neighbors. I sell them a little bit of corn, and then I buy the eggs back. Breakfast sausage is cooking from Rick Bork. Oh, that is some good breakfast sausage. Oh, that is good breakfast sausage. I had another SFA member, John Ferris. He had some really good breakfast sausage as well. All right, so yeah, part of me was awake all night because I was thinking about my other YouTube channel or starting another YouTube channel, and I think I'm gonna, now that I'm kind of, a couple buddies and a couple events are happening that are kind of lighting this fire, and life is kind of getting to the point where I can now be somewhat enthusiastic to get back into snowmobiling. 20 years ago, when we were milking cows, I would get up a little early, race through milking and feeding, and grab the sled would already be loaded, and I'd go up to the buddy's house. I had a buddy that was half my weight. Throw him in the truck. Get in the truck, Charles. Let's go. Whoop. And if the race was 15 minutes or 2.5 hours, it didn't matter. We'd beat feet there, and we'd race for the day. We'd take our first, second, third place. You know, we 90% of the time we trophied, and then if we did trophy, it was like hurry up with your trophy because we got to get home and come peeling in the yard and milk cows and feed for the evening. And if it was good snow that year, then I would, on a Sunday, I would convert the sled back to trail riding, and on Friday I would convert it back to racing, so I could race Saturday and then trail ride during the week after morning milkings, or in the evenings. In the evenings behind milking, I liked night riding by myself on the trails. It was nice, pretty area. Clutched. I used to love, back then, 15 years ago, 17 years ago, I had a shop here at the house for working on snowmobiles, and it'd be so fun because, there was a couple years where the wife would barely have a spot to park in the driveway. You'd have 15, 20 sleds parked outside all over the lawn here and all over the driveway. Just looked like a junk hole. Just sleds everywhere waiting to get worked on. And I'd just fire them through just as fast as I could. Rebuild that engine, rebuild them clutches, do whatever you needed to do. Send them through the shop. And it was so fun because back then there was so many sleds around that you'd get, oh my God, there was dozens and dozens and dozens of sleds that they wanted a better track installed, better skis, different windshields and different gear sets, and some clutching and jetting. And excuse me, it was really fun to when you get a group of buddies come in, and they're all competing against each other, and just like, yeah, let's do it up, or you'd get one guy out of a group of guys, and the other guys just needed their preseason maintenance done, and the one guy out of the group is like, make me the fastest, and you're like, easy, and little gearing, little clutching, and a better track for traction and some suspension work, not even spending a whole lot of their money. And you'd take them and their buddy out drag racing, and you'd kind of fine tune his sled, and before you know it, his little 600's beating his buddy's 700, and it's just like, what the heck? And yeah, that used to be so fun. But so on that other YouTube channel I want to get going is we'll bring my life and adventure of coming back into the sport of snowmobiling and snowmobile racing. So the trail sled that I'm working on right now, I figure I might as well just make that a project sled, like a project build, starting from ground zero, from scratch, a totally stock chassis, and then like my first attempt at drag racing, because everything we raced was for miles per hour. I've never really done much heads up racing, and so this will be my first time of really driving, of going to an actual drag race deal, and so start chronologically and blah blah blah. That weekend, and then the radar runs, start videotaping the radar runs and doing some interviews with the other racers and product reviews. And it's easy, you could give stuff away a whole lot easier on that channel, because on the ag channel everything's so expensive. Like, what are you gonna, someday I hope to get to the point where we could give away a $5,000 scholarship for a young farmer or something like that. But on the snowmobile thing, you give away a set of snowmobile ramps, or a little tool kit, or a clutch kit, or a track, or this or that. You're talking a couple $100s. So yeah, I think that would be pretty fun. I think that'd be super fun. A free set of pistons, or just whatever, do a lot of giveaways on that channel once it gets up and running. And then the whole dynamics of the group that you're speaking to, there's a whole lot more snowmobilers out there, and especially for the classic snowmobiles that I work on, than there is farmers wanting to learn soil health. I'm talking on this channel, I'm talking to 1% of the 1%. On the other channel, you're talking to hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people. And so it'll be interesting to see if that actually takes off or not. And we'll see. But that's enough talking.